Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Thursday, the 26th of December 2024. The year of 1 million transactions per second or more is coming to a close. This is Boxing Day 2024, people. Experience the best of both worlds today at betbitcoinsv.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Okay, let's just see just a quick one today. We've got some videos to go over. So, looks like we've got Bitcoin Apostle having a rant on Boxing Day. Looks like he's hashtagged BSV, BTC, ETH, XRP, Doge, XMR, and BCH for whatever reason, but we'll check that out. Check this one out. The Illuminati bot saying a surprise the WF allowed this to air on Fox News, reporting about Klaus Schwab wanting a global elite to take over the world on mainstream media. How did they let that out? We've got this one here talking about how to create your foundation because you don't pay tax on donations. Interesting. We need to learn all this stuff. Again, this article here has not been confirmed yet, but we'll go over that. We've got an article here by Cointelegraph saying Brazil's self-custodial stablecoin banned to catalyze decentralization. So they've got a self-custodial stablecoin ban. We'll see what that's all about. Crypto Potato says Russian firms embrace Bitcoin, that's Gcoin, for global trade amid Western sanctions. Okay, and then we'll go over the figures as per usual because we've got to keep an eye on these with Terranode coming on very soon. Yes, indeed. And that'll be the end of the show. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terranode, you'll surely see.
Here we go, rock and roll. Right, so Bitcoin Apostle said, Merry Christmas to all crypto communities. F. Craig Wright, live long BSV, watch, retweet, like, comment, and win. Alright, well, we'll certainly watch, maybe retweet. Don't know about like, comment. Well, let's have a comment on this. Let's see what he says.
This message is for Craig Wright from Bitcoin Apostle live at the new HQ BSV headquarters. Craig Wright, you've done enough fucking damage to BSV that I can't even explain it within
Oh, this is Christmas Day. I'm feeling the Christmas cheer.
2 minutes. You've said things to people that you never proved this stuff in court. You said BTC will not hit 100,000. Ryan X Charles fucking backstabbed you, and he's was one of the smartest guys in BSV. Relay X Twitch closes down. You are suing fucking people that we shouldn't even give a fuck. BSV is not about Craig Wright anymore. It's done. Your fucking lawsuits gotta stop. You have to start putting your time and energy in explaining only about tech. Do not say anything about BTC. Don't say anything about XRP. Don't say anything about Monero. Nothing. Do not call anybody a scammer or a fucking piece of shit or whatever the fuck you say. You've done so much damage to this blockchain. Maybe Satoshi, I think, is 4 people, 3 people, maybe 5 people. Maybe you are one of them, but you are not fucking Satoshi anymore. It's done. You could be a part of Satoshi, yeah, maybe, but move some fucking coins. Move the Genesis block.
Yeah, gonna have to step in there. I can understand his frustration, but that's not really gonna help. The whole point of Craig proving that he's Satoshi is to get rid of speculation in the market, which would massively help BSV, but nobody could have predicted how corrupt the cabal were actually prepared to be, to expose themselves to be this corrupt. Nobody could have foreseen it. It would have been easy for Craig to prove who he was in court, but obviously because he's Aspergus, because he thought the lawyers were actually going to do their job and actually act in his best interest, which they didn't, it should have been easy for them to do it. We had no idea that Judge Miller was going to be so corrupt, saying that Craig Wright was like a liar and a fraud when there weren't even any allegations, let alone any evidence of forgeries or fraud. No criminal prosecutions being brought forward. All they could get him on was contempt of court, which he didn't show up for. And he has to be. Craig is Satoshi Nakamoto. There can't be multiple people because there is one person who started it. There has to be and there's one person who has a claim on the signature, the digital signature with the first transaction and with the Genesis block. It can't be multiples because that is where accountability lies. With that very first transaction, everybody has to be equally accountable. There cannot be multiple people that started this thing, which is why he had to use a pseudonym. He couldn't have risked other people being involved and saying, oh yeah, by the way, I was part of the team that started Bitcoin. No, you can't have that. It is a common network. In order for it to be a commoditized network, everybody has to be commonly accountable, individually accountable. You can't say, oh yeah, that was me, that was him, and then all that back and forth and vice versa. No, there is one digital signature attached to each and every transaction. That's it. And Craig has already won the Ira Kleiman case, which said that he was the sole and rightful owner of the Satoshi coins. Nobody else has got a claim on those. Nobody else came forward either. And again, it was all about David Kleiman setting up the Tulip Trust for him. And Craig knows more about this than anybody else. He's the only one that is religiously stuck to the protocol, saying, no, it has to be a commoditized protocol, even though he didn't explain it all that well, but he couldn't really explain it. And he probably might find it a bit hard. Like he said, it was almost like divine inspiration. That's why you need someone like me who can step in and go, actually, how is this best explained? Craig goes into all the detail, but you can break it down into the economic fundamental parts, which is economic competition, a chain of digital signatures, unbounded scale, a fixed token supply, and a locked protocol. There is no one else that's done this. Maybe Craig couldn't explain it in the way that was required because each and every little detail is always so important, but he is Satoshi Nakamoto. He was going to flip the market in 2020. It was me that pleaded with him to change his mind. So all those people that lost out, Ryan, I get it. Obviously I didn't know what was going on at the time. Michael Hutchinson's and Bitstocks and all. It's been painful. It's been painful for myself. I had no idea, that he wasn't going to flip the market because all the notices have been put out, but I just didn't want him to. It would have been an absolute disaster, but we're in a much better position now. And yeah, now that this avenue has been explored and we're seeing how corrupt they actually are, including the judge that's with them, judging his own non-biasness, according to him, absolutely insane. But I would say, maybe he might back down now, but at least we know where the land lies. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Craig does. But this process had to be gone through because if he could prove who he was in a court of law, and again we're still going to the Court of Appeal on this one, it would remove all speculation from the market, and that's absolutely essential to know who Satoshi Nakamoto is now, not prior. Because the network had to undergo that process of commoditization, which is neutral organic growth without any central point of influence. That's why he had to hide himself. But it was also important that that period of speculation come to an end and Satoshi Nakamoto reveal his true identity. Because like I said, each and every signature leads to the living man and woman behind it. That's where accountability is. You can't say, oh, it was a trust that started it, it was an association that started it. No, it was one living man, one individual behind it. So this was an essential part of the process that had to be done. And I'm telling you, Craig was going to use that Tulip Trust in 2020 to flip the market. And he, luckily for us, I think, it was luckily that we changed his mind. So we've still got an opportunity to get people into this thing. Well, it's just, $53? Absolutely insane. We all know what this thing is. We all know that this is the genuine Bitcoin. And look at what Tether's done to BTC and the rest of the market. What, a $3.3 trillion market. A $3.3 trillion fraud. Absolutely insane is what we're looking at. But this is how far the cabal are willing to go to literally expose themselves, or risk exposing themselves, because everything that they've done is going to be documented. Judge Mellor's ruling is going to be documented. I'm certainly not going to forget it. Everything that Jonathan Hoff from Bird and Bird did, from getting Steve Madden, writing Steve Madden's own report for him, that finessed it, as he said. I mean, these things are going to go down in history.
You talk about white papers, fucking show it.
Craig can't move. Moving coins and tokens would be an absolute nightmare. Like, you either have to let the market decide, miners move first and maybe encourage it along, but you cannot have any central point of influence over the move of the market, because if that happens, literally, people are going to lose billions of dollars. You're talking about a $3.3 trillion fraud that's going to be exposed if he did that. And everybody's going to be after him. People aren't going to be bothered about what fraud is. They're going to be like, who lost me all this money, all this wealth, in it? They would be after him. And the powers that be would spin the narrative and say, you can't trust this thing. The whole market moves on what one man did or said. They would legitimately get someone else to do the work, do it dirty work, take him out. And then they would say, don't use it, can't trust it. Let's get back to good old fiat currency, and we would be absolutely screwed, cruising towards a totalitarian one world government dictatorship. Because Craig created this thing. He's the only one that knows how it really and truly works. And the cabal are doing their best to literally F it up, remove all the economic value from it. But you can't deny utility, and that's what is coming with Terranode. And I'm sure that the accelerated rate of this has been because Craig is still here with us. That's what I would say.
Stop this fucking bullshit. People have been listening to you for fucking years now, and they are fucking in last place. I've done thousands and thousands of hours, hundreds of thousands of dollars put into BSV, and I preached your name like you're the fucking one and only. Craig, I've got fooled by you, I think.
I don't think so, mate. I think you're just feeling a little bit cheesed off because Tether pumped BTC to over $100,000. Fair dues, I get it. We're all hurting, but what do you want more? Do you want to line your own pockets for a short term until this totalitarian one world government comes in and takes it off you? Because that's what it'll do. What is the point in having saying, oh yeah, I'm loaded, and then the government, this one world totalitarian dictatorship comes along and just takes it off you? Because that's what's going to happen. We either have a one world money, a true money, and we all use it. We use the money to then create a government that works for the people, or government will create currency to control the people. That is it. It's Bitcoin or bust for freedom and democracy as we know it. And I would say we need Craig with us. He is Satoshi, and we haven't even seen. Well, I think we're starting to see the hand of Satoshi being played with the number of transactions and the scaling on the network. Absolutely phenomenal. It's like this. I would say that Terranode is like the velvet glove, wrapped in the iron fist that's coming, and that's what the cabal are scared of. They're moving fast. So yeah, I'd say just put up and shut up. Let's just get on with it. Here we go. And check this out. So Fox News actually reporting on this. Check it out. Check it out.
Just get a white badge if you're married to someone important. Or if you're just a part of someone's entourage, you get an ugly green badge. You're not good enough. They keep the elites together, and they have their own little police state to make sure these people are focused on ruling the world. If you're not from CNN or the New York Times and you show up uninvited, they'll probably arrest you. And it's all headed up by a guy named Klaus Schwab, who's pretty much running a one-world government here. He kicked off the week by saying the future is theirs, not yours.
The future is not just happening. The future is built by us, by a powerful community as you here in this room. We have the means to improve the state of the world.
And the way they start is by tracking you. If you go deep in the weeds in what these people are saying at this place, They're openly scheming up some of the craziest plans you'll ever hear of, like tracking your carbon footprint.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean?
What does that mean? You're going to track everybody. They're basically saying you've got no right to privacy because you are breathing and farting and whatever, along with the cows and all that. They just, jeepers, and all their money stems from the bank, all their power stems from the control of the financial system. If they lose control of the financial system through Bitcoin, they lose control of everything. It's the only opportunity we've got, and they've been at this satanic ideology for thousands and thousands of years, and we are in this shit right now. Whew. Jeepers, stay focused, people, is what I would say. Check this out. So this guy was going on about, he said Rolex doesn't pay taxes, and how you can legally avoid taxes just like Rolex. Oh, sounds good. Here we go.
Rolex doesn't pay taxes. You see, Rolex is owned by the Hans Wilder Foundation, which is a private charitable trust. How this works is you give Rolex $20,000 and they give you a watch. Then Rolex donates all the money to the foundation completely tax-free. But it's not just Rolex. In the hierarchy, you have the poor people, the middle class, the millionaires, the billionaires, and then at the very top, the foundations and the charities. Rolex Foundation, Trump Foundation, Clinton Foundation, Bill Gates Foundation, Ford Foundation. You see, it's all in the language. Payments are taxable. Donations are not taxable. And it's even the Rockefellers too. All of their businesses go into the trust and then into the family foundation. If you want to create your own family foundation, then go ahead and comment the word Rolex and I'll show you exactly how it's done.
Awesome. Loving that. So check this out. So Chain Mind has said here, breaking, Blackrock has sold $188.7 million worth of BTC yesterday. The questions arise, why are they doing this and what will happen to BTC? This is the biggest sell-off ever, and whoever's done this thread said, I spent 10 hours researching all the data. Here is why you should be worried. Let's just have a quick look at this. So they reckon $188.71 million of BTC was sold. It's worth looking at this thread. Before we get started, I'll be making my profile private soon, so keep up with my latest threads and insights. Make sure you follow and join me. Telegram's not really a good one to say. Yeah, follow me on Telegram. Please consider retweeting the first post or simply give it a like if you appreciate my work. One more thing. Germany almost done selling Gcoin holdings, less than 5k tokens after latest moves. Well, I don't think there's any... I doubt there's actually any pinpoint proof that it was Blackrock that did that. I think it's maybe clickbait. Who knows? Let's go on with this. And so Brazil's self-custodial stablecoin ban to catalyze decentralization. Crypto execs are confident that it won't be easy to enforce Brazil's self-custodial stablecoin ban. Self-custodial stablecoin ban. With many examples proving that further decentralization is inevitable, Brazil's potential decision to ban stablecoin transfers to self-custodial wallets would only trigger a future shift to decentralization, industry executives say. Banco Central do Brazil, that's BCB, the Central Bank of Brazil, on November 29th officially proposed to ban transactions of stablecoins. Well, they can't actually. Well, they can try. They can say it's a ban, but you won't be able to stop them. Like Tether's USDT to self-custodial wallets like MetaMask or Trezor. Stablecoin use has been on the rise in Brazil, but again, we know Brazil is corrupt as fuck. I mean, they banned Twitter in Brazil. How crazy is that? Citizens have been increasingly hedging against their plummeting national currency, the Brazilian real, by purchasing US dollar-pegged stablecoins. As Brazil's central bank is expected to finish public consultations regarding the potential ban in February next year, several executives have assessed its potential impact on the local market. Again, this is why all the coins need to be on Bitcoin, as in like BSV. It's the only network that can't be controlled. It's the only way to commoditize data. How likely is this ban to pass? The BCB's potential stablecoin restrictions aim to prevent stablecoin transactions from occurring outside Brazilian trading platforms. Area Bitcoin School co-founder Carlo Souza told Cointelegraph. Crypto trading platforms in Brazil have been applying a Know Your Customer measure since 2019. Souza noted, referring to the fact that peer-to-peer transactions remain free of such restrictions. Brazil has been a pioneer in regulation, enforcing strict KYC rules and creating PIGS, a system introduced in response to the rising popularity of Gcoin, she said. Souza suggested that the BCB's proposal will likely become a reality in 2025, as BCB appears to be preparing regulations to prevent individuals from peer-to-peer stablecoin transactions, she stated. If this is the central bank's direction in the public consultation, the central bank has got nothing to do with government. It's outrageous. It is likely that it will be regulated as proposed, another demonstration of how governments use prohibitions to ensure that demand for their melting fiat ice cubes doesn't decline. The ban would be a tough one to enforce, indeed it would. While it's hard to say whether Brazil will eventually enforce BCB proposed stablecoin restrictions, such proposals tend to face a lot of debate before implementation. Trezor Bitcoin analyst Lucien Bourdon told Cointelegraph. Brazil's potential ban on self-custodial stablecoins will be a tough one to enforce, Bourdon suggested, stating, governments can regulate centralized exchanges, but peer-to-peer transactions and decentralized platforms are much harder to control, which means the ban would likely only affect part of the ecosystem. On the other hand, Brazil's restrictions could potentially change common ways of accessing crypto and making it harder for newcomers to get started, potentially slowing down adoption, Bourdon noted. Even with a potential adoption slowdown, existing users will find ways to transact cryptocurrencies freely, the executive suggested, stating, if it doesn't pass, we'd expect users to shift towards decentralized platforms or peer-to-peer solutions, which is BSV. Area Bitcoin Souza echoed Bourdon's remarks, stressing that BCB is unable to prevent people from conducting peer-to-peer transactions through their own wallets or even creating new forms of stablecoins. This is especially relevant now that stablecoins are being created on a Bitcoin Layer 2 through Taproot assets, on Lightning and other Layer 2 solutions such as USDT on the Liquid network, she added. Again, absolutely clueless on all the shit that's going on. Peer-to-peer shifts seen in countries with similar bans. Brazilian authorities are not alone in trying to limit peer-to-peer cryptocurrency transactions, as other currencies like Nigeria and China have been trying to restrict crypto activity. Referring to regulatory developments and their outcomes in countries like Nigeria and China, Tezos Bourdon highlighted a pattern of crypto users flocking to decentralized solutions once other options are limited. Again, eventually they'll find BSV. BSV is the only truly decentralized solution, and they'll find it, and they know it, but they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. In China, the ban on centralized exchanges pushed users towards decentralized platforms like Uniswap. Well, that's not decentralized. Tezos Bourdon said, in Nigeria, where banks can't facilitate crypto transactions, people turn to peer-to-peer platforms and decentralized exchanges to trade and access crypto, he added. Tether is committed to collaborating with Brazil. Tether CEO Paulo Adornio told Cointelegraph that Brazil's proposed stablecoin restrictions may prevent significant practical challenges and could unintentionally disadvantage Brazilian consumers, given the widespread adoption of stablecoins domestically and globally. He mentioned that Brazil is one of the most active markets for USDT in Latin America, reflecting strong demand for users who value USDT stability in a dynamic economic environment. Tether is committed to working collaboratively with Brazilian authorities as part of their ongoing regulatory development. That is so hypocritical. Tether trying to collaborate with Brazilian for a regulatory development. That's a effing joke. Work to strike a balance that fosters innovation while ensuring robust consumer protection, Adornio said, adding, we are confident that a thoughtful regulatory approach can support Brazil's leadership in a digital asset space and serve the needs of its economy and people. Honestly, when you know what we know, that's just absolutely hilarious. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. That's hilarious. Russian firms embrace Gcoin for global trade amid Western sanctions. Russian firms are leveraging Gcoin and digital currencies for international trade amid sanctions. Russian Finance Minister Anton Siluvanov revealed on Wednesday that domestic firms are now utilizing Gcoin and other digital assets for international payments, which is enabled by recent legislative adjustments designed to offset Western sanctions. It is important to note that these sanctions have posed challenges to Russia's trade with significant partners such as China and Turkey, as local banks adopt a cautious approach to avoid regulatory backlash from the West. What's the West got to do with them? Yeah, that's what you've got to ask yourself. In a statement to a Russia 24 television channel, Siluvanov said, as part of the experimental regime, it is possible to use Gcoin, which we had mined here in Russia in foreign trade transactions. Such transactions are already occurring. We believe they should be expanded and developed further. I'm confident this will happen next year. Putin backs Gcoin as alternative. President Vladimir Putin stated earlier this month that the US administration's use of the dollar for political leverage is diminishing its role as the world's reserve currency. That's true. That's exactly what he's doing. This in turn has prompted many countries to explore alternative assets, highlighting Gcoin as a prime example. He noted its resistance to regulation on a global scale. These remarks essentially suggest Putin's endorsement of the growing use of cryptocurrencies. Gcoin's price surged above $100,000. Blah blah. Who gives a monkeys? With Russia seeing an 8% rise in crypto exchanges web traffic, as recently reported by Megafon. Regulatory changes and global trends have also continued to this growth. Megafon's research further noted that 8 to 10% monthly increases in visits to the top 20 exchanges globally, with Russian users comprising 27 to 30% of total traffic. Expansion, crackdown, and extended winter bans. This year, Russia authorized cryptocurrency use in foreign trade and has ramped up efforts to legalize mining activities in a bid to solidify its position as one of the world's top Gcoin mining countries. Oof. Russian authorities also intensified their crackdown against illegal crypto mining, with the latest focus on the Irkutsk region. The Irkutsk electric grid company, in collaboration with law enforcement, shut down an unregistered operation using over 200 ASIC rigs, consuming 600,000 kilowatt per hour monthly, equal to 80 to 100 homes. Though registered as a business, it reportedly failed to meet crypto mining registry requirements. This comes after Russia extended its winter crypto mining ban to 2030, which would target regions like Dagestan, Chechnya, and Siberia, effective January 2025. The ban impacts mining during peak energy seasons. Crypto mining, consuming 1.5% of national power, has caused imbalances in electricity payments and grid strain. The miners shouldn't be connected to the national grid at all. They might find themselves unstuck there, but anyway, that was right. Anyway, that's 20 minutes. We'll just have a quick look at the figures coming through here. So you've got Bitcoin at just $53. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, hash rate. Remember, hash rate and network nodes are vanity. Transactions and block size are sanity. Let's have a look at the transactions. So we're 25,745,000 transactions in the last 24 hours, representing 91.1%. So that's only leaving 8.9% for the rest of the 39 shitcoins to fit in. Let's have a look at transactions here. 25 million. Let's have a look at block sizes. Blocks coming through. 203, 294, 418. Is that the biggest one? 301, 195, 183. I mean, considering these are megabytes, they're still big, considering that Gcoin's just got 1 megabyte. Bcrash can't get any there, can't get all the blocks over a megabyte. And Fisher Price Cash can't get all of the blocks over a kilobyte, let alone anywhere near a megabyte. Proof, yeah, we know about that. 49,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Gcoin. Mining Bitcoin at a 43% comparable loss. Yeah, we've got the usual charts here. Let's have a look at mining. Mining here. Still looking good here. Kuv taking the lead. 38.06. Tau down to 30.2. QD 25.81, Gorilla Pool 5.81. Let's have a look at Crypto Quant. Look, why are they not showing the rest of these? Look, do they not want to show the exchange's reserves basically cashing out? Look, they're dumping this shit. They're dumping this shit even while the price is going up. They know what's coming. They know what's coming. Let's have a quick look at the Tether weather then. Oh, nothing went on today. Oh, so what was this? This went from 145 down to, oh, that is a dip there. So 140.5 down to 139.8. So 700 million. And then that one went from 139.76 to 139.3. So like half a billion. Oh, so that's like 700 million to like 400 million then in a week going down. Maybe that's why. Look, I've never seen that before. I've never seen that on Tether. Whoa, crazy. Obviously, I've had quite a lot there, but I mean, the rarity. Interesting. Let's have a look at Bitcoin here. So we've got 52.75. What is this? What's this trading view chart all about? What are we looking at? Oh, don't tell me they're going to delist it. No way. Do they have anything on the full chart? Oh, there we go. Got some views here. Yeah. Upsy downs. So it's just coming down over Christmas and Boxing Day. Compare this to Gcoin. Yeah. So it went down, drifted up, and then coming down again. Usual trading patterns. What is this? What is this? Is this so? This is just against USD. What on earth just happened there? Is that just happened right now? Straight down. Let's see if we've got this same pattern. Oh, not quite being reported here on DXS app. Not to that extent, anyway. What is that? Overall market $3.3 trillion. Gcoin just 2.2% trade volume. Volume $43 billion is nothing compared to the 140 we saw the other day. Oh look, so BTC had a sell-off there. Gcoin shitting its knickers. Let's have a look. I'll see the rest. Oh yeah, the rest of the market's also coming down. Where is Bitcoin? There we go. Has that just fallen off a cliff just here? No, just trending down subtly over the day. All right. Let's have a quick look at where the trade volume is. Zen-Dixon, OKX, HTX. All right. Liquidity is the most important one because you want to get your coins off the exchanges. There we go. All right, that is a 33-minute show. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. So if you enjoy these updates, please ding all donations for your appreciation to either Satoshi@Semi.com, Handcash.io, Simply.cash, Relasia.com, Rockwallet.me or Senti.ch. We'll leave you there. Hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. We'll see you in the next one. Hope you had a Merry Christmas.